Look, if you've ever felt like your business is completely running you instead of the other way around, you are absolutely in the right place today. We're going to map out exactly how to bridge that massive gap from a business relying on your constant daily grinding to one powered by systems that literally run themselves.
So, here's our game plan for today. We'll start by breaking down the core paradigm shift, then move into the 3 distinct levels of automation, walk through a quick automation audit, and finally wrap up with the exact 5 automations you need to build first.
All right, let's jump right into the paradigm shift, understanding the fundamental difference between documented and self-running systems. To really build out your automation layer, you've got to wrap your head around this difference. Now, documented systems, they're great. They really are. They give you repeatable processes. But here's the catch. They are still human executed. A documented system still absolutely needs you, or maybe your employee, to physically execute every single step. It drains your willpower and, more importantly, your time. Automated systems, on the other hand, are self-running. The system executes the steps all on its own. It acts entirely autonomously. Shifting from a merely documented state to a truly automated state, that is where the real leverage lives.
And honestly, here's the best part. I want to shatter this mental block right now. When most of us hear the word automation, we instantly panic, thinking we need a computer science degree or we need to drop a fortune on a developer. But no coding required. You can build this entire automation layer using visual, no-code tools. Seriously, if you can drag and drop a box, and if you understand just basic logic, you can build systems that do the heavy lifting while you're literally fast asleep.
Okay, moving right along, let's talk about the 3 levels of automation, or basically the ceiling of what's actually possible here.
To really grasp the power of these visual tools, we need to look at the 3 tiers. Step 1 is task automation. This is your basic, single, repetitive action. Think of a simple email filter or scheduling a social media post. And, a lot of people stop right here, patting themselves on the back thinking they've fully automated their business. But task automation is just the floor. It's definitely not the ceiling. Step 2 is workflow automation. Now we're talking about entire sequences chained together, where totally different tools are actually talking to each other. And then step 3, the absolute pinnacle, is intelligent automation. These workflows don't just execute a task. They actually make judgment calls based on the rules you set up. What's so fascinating about that 3rd step, intelligent automation, is how it reads context. It's essentially evaluating a situation based on your specific parameters and then deciding how to act. It only flags you when a situation genuinely requires your unique human intuition, which means you are completely removed from the day-to-day routine execution. You only ever step in for high-level direction. It's a total game changer.
And the payoff? Well, if you take the time to build things out to full level 3 automation, the numbers from the source material are just staggering. Reaching this level yields a massive median time savings of 20 to 60 plus hours a week. Yeah, you heard that right. That is not an exaggeration. That's the actual median result reported by folks who implement this layer. Just pause and imagine getting 40 hours back every single week. What on earth would you even do with all that extra time?
Right, so how do we actually get those hours back? We need to diagnose your work week using the Automation Audit.
We've got to figure out where your time is leaking. So we're moving from theory to a direct, hands-on exercise. Starting today, I want you to track your time in strict 30-minute blocks for 3 days straight. Every half hour, jot down exactly what you were doing. No guessing at the end of the day, no estimating. You have to be ruthless about revealing exactly where your time goes, block by painful block.
Once you've got those 30-minute blocks mapped out, you can't just stare at the list. You have to interrogate it. You need to rigorously question the actual value of every single block using 4 core questions. So ask yourself these 4 things for every single task. First, does this require judgment that only I can provide, or could a clear rule handle it? Second, and you've got to be brutally honest here, would you pay a junior assistant $15 an hour to do this? Because if the answer is yes, why on earth are you, the business owner, spending your Tuesday afternoon doing it? Third, does this task happen more than 3 times a week? And fourth, is it rule-based rather than genuinely creative? Look, if a task is rule-based, happens all the time, and could be handed off to a $15 an hour assistant, that right there is a prime target for automation. When you actually run this audit honestly, you are going to hit a disruptive number. Most people are totally shocked to discover that 40 to 60% of their average work week is made up of tasks they could easily hand off to an automated system. But hey, don't let that discourage you. That number should thrill you. It is the exact size of the opportunity sitting right in front of you.
All right, let's bring it all home with the execution blueprint, your first 5 automations.
So,
You've found the leaks in your schedule. How do we plug them today? Here are the 5 crucial automations you really need to prioritize to get your time back immediately. Email triage, content repurposing, onboarding, lead nurture, and a weekly reporting digest.
Let's break those down a bit. First up, email triage. We are not just talking about a basic spam filter here. This means using AI-drafted templates for your most common responses, so you literally never type the same email twice. Second is content repurposing. Just imagine recording one single audio or video file, and your system automatically transcribes it, formats it, and schedules it across all your platforms without you ever lifting a finger.
Then we have onboarding and lead nurture. Think about the absolute relief of a potential client reaching out and your system instantly triggering a personalized welcome sequence that runs flawlessly on its own. And beyond that, your lead nurture sequence is firing off high-value emails to every new subscriber, indefinitely. You never have to wake up in a panic remembering to hit send. The system is just out there building relationships in the background while you focus on deep, meaningful work.
And finally, number 5, the weekly reporting digest. Instead of you frantically logging into 5 different platforms on a Friday afternoon just to check your metrics, a simple workflow pulls all your key numbers, summarizes them beautifully, and drops one clean report right into your inbox. The whole shebang, totally automated.
I want to leave you with this bold thought from the book. Every manual task is simply a task you haven't automated yet. It really is a choice to keep doing things the hard way. So take a hard look at your audit. Look at those 5 starting points. Which manual task are you going to fix today? Get out there, start building your leverage, and reclaim your time. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. I'll catch you next time.